Hello everybody, welcome to NC Thrills, and today I'll be sharing my ranking of the coasters of Kings Island. To start off, I just want to say that yes, I do count Surf Dog as a credit, but I will not be ranking it on this list because I know most people don't. But I'm just hungry for credits, so I do. There you go. There's that out of the way. But now, the very last spot, I got to give it to Flight of Fear. This thing's hunk of garbage. It's so bad. I hate FOF. I've ridden it multiple times. I just rode it this year, and it sucked. It's trying to do a thing, and it's just not good at it. I understand that it is a prototype. I don't care. It still sucks. A bad ride is a bad ride. The best part of the ride is probably the launch. It's a solid launch. Nothing crazy. But the rest of the layout, it's just jerky transitions and just being shaken around in an uncomfortable train in the dark. And don't even get me started about that mid-course brake run that stops you in the middle of the ride. I have been on Poltergeist at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and it is significantly better. The second half of the ride, after the mid-course, which doesn't exist on that ride, it's actually good, and it pulls some good forces, and it's not just a jerky mess of garbage. And the rest of the coaster is smooth also. So why is FOF so stinking rough? Who knows? I know I don't. But there it is. That's the last spot. That is the worst coaster at the park, which is a hot take. But the next worst coaster at Kings Island is Woodstock's Air Rail. This is probably most people's worst coaster at this park. But I think it's second worst because it's not as bad. I used to hate on this thing, and I still do. It is a janky mess. It is bad. We need to get rid of it. Please, put a new version of a Vekoma inverted family coaster. That'd be so much better because those are actually smooth. This one, it's jerky, but it's not uncomfortable. It's got a dumb layout, but it's also a family coaster, so it's not supposed to be crazy. So there you go. I liked it more than Flight of Fear, so that's why it's one spot ahead of it. Next spot, smallest coaster at the park. It is the Great Pumpkin Coaster. This thing is a kiddie coaster, and it's probably my most proud credit because they let me on, and I thought that you had to have a kid to ride, and you didn't. They just changed their policy this year. So, awesome. This is incredible. E&F Myler, they know how to make kiddie coasters. What can I say? They're solid. It's a solid ride. I had to cram my 6-foot body in there, and it wasn't comfortable, but it's a kiddie coaster. It does what it's supposed to, and it does a good job at it, so it's just as high as it's going to rank. Next up, we got Woodstock Express, the PTC family wooden coaster. Again, as I said for Great Pumpkin Coaster, it does what it's supposed to do. It's a family coaster. It's not supposed to have crazy thrills. It's smooth. The trains are uncomfortable for a normal-sized adult. But for a kid, yeah, sure, it's fine. Don't try to cram multiple adults into one car. Or do. It's more fun that way, actually. So I would definitely, I'd recommend that. It looks nice. It's got a solid layout. Introduces kids to forces. Solid coaster for families. Next, we got Snoopy's Soapbox Racers, the Vekoma new for 2024, Vekoma Junior Boomerang. This thing, family boomerangs by Vekoma, awesome rides, awesome family coasters. This is an off-the-shelf model, unlike Good Gravy at Holiday World, which is better, but this thing's just fun. Last time I had to ride it with a 6-year-old girl, so it was weird, made it uncomfortable. Thank you, Grouper, for doing that. Not really. I'm not thankful for that. That was weird. Grouper, why'd you do that? Whatever, capacity. Gotta move the trains along, one train ops. Gotta move it along. Whatever. But Soapbox Racers, fun family coaster. It's got some nice forces in those turns. Goes forwards and backwards. It's solid. Nothing else much to say. Next, right in front of it is another boomerang. It is Invertigo. It is the inverted boomerang, the Invertigo model, and I rank it a 4 out of 10 on the headbang meter. It's a boomerang that you hang onto the track. Brace yourself, unless you're like me, and full send it, and just let the headbang happen. Just go for it. I've definitely lost brain cells doing that stupidity and just letting Invertigo just shake my brain and give me concussions. It's a solid layout, but it's rough and it's uncomfortable. But I hope it's gone, honestly. Just give us something better. And I keep saying us because this is my home park. So Six Flags, Cedar Flag, Six Fair, whatever you're called, Richard Zimmerman, Salim Basul, park president of Kings Island, get us something new. Tear out Invertigo, put a nice little fun extreme launch coaster, something cool, goes over the front entrance, makes it pop, gets it lively and vibrant awesomeness instead of that 25, 26-year-old hunk of junk. Okay, boom. Next up, Queen City Backlot Queen Stunt Coaster of Backlot Queens, of cities and stunts. Yeah, Queen City Stunt Coaster, again, another premier launch coaster. The only 2 launch coasters in this park, both premier LIM launch coasters that are over 20 years old, pushing 30 years old for the first one. I don't like it. Actually, that's false. I do like it. It's solid. That Helix, after that launch, it's pretty cool. The fire wasn't working last time I rode, so that sucked. Yeah, that's all I really got to say. Nothing crazy. Always has a long line for some reason. I do like the different unload and load stations. Keeps the line moving, even because it's usually a long line. Solid family launch coaster. There you go. That's all I got to say. Next up, Racer, Park Original. Park Original, it is, it's awesome. I love this thing. Solid roller coaster. I do count both sides as 2 credits because, again, I am a credit hog and I got to pad my number somehow. And I'd also, to make myself feel better, I have found the difference between the 2 sides. Red side, always go to the red side. Red side is superior. You actually get airtime on the red side, unlike the blue side. Blue side, wouldn't recommend, not the best. I'd also red side for some reason runs a little better than the blue side. I don't know why. I don't know how. Because they're literally identical and they've both been retracked at the same time in the same spots. Don't ask me. I don't understand. Next up, we got Adventure Express. I love this coaster. I used to hate on this thing, but now I found the charm. In my opinion, it is the best Aero Mine train. People say Thunderation, haven't ridden it. People say Roadrunner Express at Fiesta, Texas, boring. This thing, jank, awesomeness. I love the jankiness of it. It is just absolutely amazing how janky this thing is, and I love it. I love every second of it. I love being thrown to the side because of their awkward transitions. And the finale, yeah, it's bad, but it's hilarious. And if your friends have never ridden it, you can always trick them, like, oh, we're about to go up, oh, the insane drop after this lift. Get ready for that. Get ready for that. and then it's just a turn into the station. Isn't that, yeah, it's hilarious and it's fun. Adventure Express, solid coaster. Next up is just missing the top 5. It is the Bat. The Bat's really fun. It pained me to know that this is a clone, but who cares? It's still awesome, and it makes me excited to ride Vortex at Canada's Wonderland because this layout is amazing. Aero suspended coaster, 1993, solid coaster. The nice swinging. You get some good swinging on that thing too. Really fun. Awesome setting. The flyby by the lines, awesome. Always, it's a trek. I mean, this walk to the station, it gives American Eagle a run for its money, but it's not as long. Just awesome ride. It's also cool to see remnants of the past. There's that American flag back from the theming when it was Top Gun. There you can also see Son of Beast Station. So if you're like me, you can nerd out and take pictures and just look at it and stand in awe that this 200-foot looping wooden coaster that hurt people used to be there, and now it's not. Okay, top 5 time. Number 5, it's the Beast. People say it's low, people say it's high. I think it's perfect where it's at. I used to be a Beast hater, and then my eyes were opened. I saw the sign. I sat in the very back row at night, and it was amazing. It was a jaw-opening, mind-blowing experience. I learned the appreciation. I learned to appreciate this amazing monstrosity of a coaster. Yes, some parts of the ride are lame. Yes, it is tracked oddly. And yes, it hurts. That's a part of the Beast. The bone-shattering, teeth-shaking, brain-loosening insanity of the ending helix it's something to be said. It's one of the greatest elements in all of coaster history. What can I say? It is awesome. Number 4, we got Orion. Probably the worst Giga coaster. If you don't think it's the worst, you probably think Millennium Force is the worst. So those Ohioans, they got the 2 worst Gigas in the world. Sorry, Ohio, or as I say, Ohio. Sorry about that. You got the 2 worst Gigas. Orion, and for a Giga coaster, it's not great. But for a roller coaster, it's really good. Solid coaster. It could have a longer layout, but whatever. The helix, Orion's belt, as people call it, very intense, very forceful. That speed hill, best part of the ride. Solid ejector, flow-jector, I'd give it. I don't want to give it too much credit by saying it's ejector. I'd say it's flow-jector. So mild ejector. That's how I'd say it. Orion, solid, smooth, great. It is a Giga coaster. It's all about the drop. It's not about the height. There we go. Number 3 is Banshee. Oh my gosh, Banshee. Whew. Good golly. Another coaster I used to hate on. So many of these I used to hate on. I don't know why, but I woke up. And I found that Banshee is a great ride. It is amazing. Sure, the vest restraints hurt. Those are the worst vest restraints on any coaster. Don't care. You can put in the comments which ones you think are worse, and I'll give you a reason why they're not worse than Banshees. Okay. But aside that, I mean, it might be number 2 if it had over-the-shoulder restraints. It might be number 1 if it had lap bars. Whatever. There you go. That's how good Banshee is. But Banshee, insanely intense inversions. The first drop in the back is probably the craziest element in the entire park. And then that ending inversion, the 7th inversion, it's something that you don't get on any other invert, and it's super floaty, and you get tons of hang time. Again, would be so much better with more freeing restraints, but who cares? It's still an amazing element. Yeah, great coaster. Love it. That's number 3. Okay, number 2. Which one would it be? Everyone knows the top 2 at Kings Island. Everyone goes back and forth. Which one's the top 2 at Kings Island? I've gone back and forth before. Last year's rankings, I swapped these twice, probably. Maybe more. But number 2, Mystic Timbers. Mystic Timbers. Awesome ejector airtime. Great first drop. Great ride. That double down over the river is incredible. Best part of the ride. Don't care. The shed, yeah, it sucks, but it's funny how bad it is, and it's also nice predicting which monster is going to come out at the screen. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Ooh, which one's that? Ooh, which one is Maneater? Ooh, blah, 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 blah. Forever. Don't go in the shed. Go in the shed. Don't care. Whatever you do. Lopsided, yeah, the tilted brake run. It's always fun seeing that, and it's weird, and it's, why is it like that, GCI? Why'd you do that? Who cares? But awesome ride, and I figured out why is it number 2, and I'll explain why it's number 2, because I'm going to tell you the number 1. It's obviously Diamondback. It's Diamondback. Diamondback's number 1. Diamondback beats out Mystic Timbers because I always have consistently good rides on Diamondback and have not had consistently good rides on Mystic Timbers. I've ridden these things both probably 20 plus times each, and I've had different experiences. I've been stapled on Mystic Timbers. I've never been stapled on Diamondback, and the airtime always hits on Diamondback. Sometimes airtime doesn't hit on Mystic Timbers. Sometimes that turn can be a little forceless, but Diamondback always pulls the G's, always gives you the airtime that you want, and that's why it is number 1. Yeah, it has a rattle, but you know what? That makes it better. It makes it feel more forceful. You feel like you're on it. Yeah, it's awesome. I don't care that it's not butter smooth. If you think it has to be butter smooth, sorry, too bad. It's the best coaster in the park. It would be the best coaster in Ohio if Cedar Point didn't exist. So yeah, there you go. There's my rankings of the coasters at Kings Island. Thanks for watching. See you later.